Hello my dear students, welcome you all for today's discussion on the very important topic consumerism. See, consumerism, this is very important. As per the Consumer Protection Act of 1986, each and every consumer interest must be protected. No seller should cheat consumer. All sellers, all marketers and all manufacturers must protect the interest of consumers, should not exploit the consumer interest, should not cheat consumer, should not deceive the consumer's interest, should not sell spurious products, should not charge more prices over the products. Totally, the manufacturers must seek the welfare, well-being and protection of each and every consumer's economical and psychological interest. Dear students, here consumerism means protecting the interest of consumers by giving value and importance to their rights is called consumerism. Consumerism means protecting the interest of consumers and protecting consumers from the over exploitation and protecting consumers from the unethical marketing practices called consumerism. Totally for the consumerism, right? Already the government has given several rights to the consumers to protect themselves from the unethical marketers or unethical sellers or from unethical companies. Dear students, let us discuss the role or importance of consumerism. Already we have discussed the meaning of consumerism. Consumerism nothing but protecting the interest of consumers from the exploitation or protecting the interest of consumers from the unethical marketing practices by giving respect and by protecting their rights. So here role or importance of consumerism. What is the importance of consumerism? Why consumerism? Why government has given several rights to the consumers? Why government has amended Consumer Protection Act in the year 1986? What are the reasons behind the consumerism? What are the reasons behind enactment of Consumer Protection Act in the year 1986? So here the Consumer Protection Act and consumerism is very important to protect the interest of consumers. To protect the interest of consumers means to protect their economical interest and to protect their psychological interest. So here consumers, they spend the money, they give money to the seller at the time of purchase of the product. How much they give to purchase the product, that much of utility they should get from the seller. So to protect the interest of consumers and to avoid unethical practices, consumer protection is very important. Second one is creating awareness about rights. Yes, Consumer Protection Act is very important and act has been enacted by the government to create awareness in the minds of consumers regarding their rights. Here rights means right to choose, right to be heard, right to inform, right to seek redressal, right to get education. So these are the rights which are available to all of us. To all of us means we all consumers, right? To create awareness about the consumer rights as per the Consumer Protection Act of 1986, consumerism is very important. Next, creating awareness about responsibilities. So consumerism is very important to create awareness about responsibilities. So here responsibilities means along with the rights, government has given certain instructions to the consumers regarding how to behave and do's and don'ts to the all consumers at the time of purchase of the product or after the purchase of product or before the purchase of product. So let me give some examples and let me share my knowledge regarding consumer responsibilities. So we all must be very cautious at the time of purchase of the product. We have to check and ensure the product's quality and we have to check ISI mark, ISO mark, hallmark, these and all, right? FPO mark, these and all at the time of purchase of the product. And we should not be in hurry at the time of purchase of the product. We should spend our time, we should check everything, then only we have to buy the product. Next, environmental protection is our responsibility, and should not purchase illegal product, and should not purchase products from the illegal marketers, and should not encourage illegal business, and we should demand for the cash memo after the purchase of product. Right, these all are our responsibilities. So this and all we can come to know through Consumer Protection Act of 1986. So consumerism is very important to protect the interest of consumers. Next one is to create awareness about their rights. I mean, right to choose, right to heard, right to be informed, right to seek redressal, and right to get education. Next, creating awareness about the responsibilities of consumers before the purchase of product, during the purchase of product, and after the purchase. So here each and every consumer must have some responsibilities, right, to protect themselves. Next one is redressal of consumer problems in consumer courts. So consumerism is very important for the redressal of consumers problems. Here redressal means for the settlement, to give compensation, right, for the judgment of consumer problems, to give compensation to the consumers and to fulfill their needs and requirements, and to compensate for the loss or damage. Consumer Protection Act is very important. Next one is minimizing over exploitation of business organization. So consumerism to minimize over exploitation. See, over exploitation means charging more prices on products, cheating customers, bait and switch pricing, selling spurious products, wrong advertisements, right? So this is all over exploitation. To control over exploitation, to reduce and minimize over exploitation of sellers and marketers, consumer rights and consumerism is very important. To promote ethical business. Finally, consumerism for promoting ethical business by the sellers or marketers, right? So by giving rights to the consumer, right, we can create fear in the minds of sellers and marketers, right, to produce and distribute quality products. Next, strengthening consumers against unethical marketing. So here consumerism to strengthen, to support, to encourage, to motivate, and to give power and energy to the consumers to fight against the sellers, right, on unethical marketing practices. If they find any unethical marketing practice or false representation of products or unfair marketing practices from the seller, on such cases, right, consumers can fight against. So these are all possible only through consumerism. Next, to prohibit and stop illegal or hazardous products. So here consumerism is very important to prohibit and to stop illegal and hazardous goods, right? If you find any illegal or hazardous products from the sellers, right, so you can go and file a complaint either in a district consumer court or a state consumer court or national consumer court based on the price of the product or compensation. You can go and file a complaint, right? So this is the main importance or role of consumerism. This is possible. Next, to make organized consumers, means to make consumers organized or united through consumer association. Example, Mumbai Grahak Panchayat, Karnataka Consumer Service Society, Akila Bharata Grahaka Panchayat, right, Voice Delhi. So these are consumer associations to make consumers united, organized, to fight against unethical marketing practices. And lastly, promoting ethical marketing. So to promote ethical marketing in the world, right, to promote ethical marketing activity among the marketers and sellers, right, in order to protect the interest of the consumer. So consumerism is very important. My dear students, so the topic consumerism, right, so as per the Consumer Protection Act of 1986, to protect the interest of consumers and to avoid over exploitation of marketers and sellers. So consumerism is very important. Here consumerism nothing but giving rights to the consumers and giving importance to the consumers and protecting the interest of the consumers from the unethical marketing activities. And let us come to know, right, available ways to protect the interest of consumers are courts, consumer courts, or tribunals, or redressal agencies. So here there are three tier model. First one is district consumer court, second one is state consumer court, and last one is national consumer court. So there are three consumer courts. So here the first one is district consumer court. If the value of the product or a price of the product or expected compensation is less than the 20 lakh, on such cases, consumers can file a complaint in district consumer court. Here district consumer court consists 3 members. The panel consists 3 members, right? So here 3 members means one person judge and another 2 members. Among 2 members, one should be a woman. So this is about district consumer court. And there are 644 district consumer courts in India. Right now, 644 district consumer courts are functioning in different places of India. So district consumer courts are established by state governments. District consumer courts are established by the state government. There are 644 district consumer courts, and district consumer court consists 3 members. And here district consumer court, this is only for the consumers or the customers, those who are expecting the compensation less than 20 lakh, or those who have purchased the product less than the 20 lakh. For them, district consumer court is available, right? Nextly, the state consumer court. If your product, you have purchased product from the seller that is damaged, right? Now you need to file a complaint on seller. In case if the product value is more than 20 lakh and less than 1 crore, you can file a complaint in a state consumer court. Here state consumer court has been established by state government, and it consists 3 members, right? There are 365 state consumer courts functioning in India, and you can file a complaint here. You can send notice to the seller through court, and you can seek justice, and you can expect compensation for that, or replace the product or redress the product, and you can put an end to their unethical practices. So this and all you may expect by filing a complaint in state consumer court. If the judgment given from the state consumer court is not satisfied to you, you can go for appeal to the national consumer court within 30 days of judgment, within 30 days of the date of judgment given by the state consumer court, right? Once you get the judgment from the state consumer court, from that day onwards up to 30 days, you will be having opportunity to file a appeal, to go for appeal to the next court, national consumer court. So next one is national consumer court. If the value of the product or expected compensation is more than 1 crore, so less than 20 lakhs, district consumer court. More than 20 lakhs, less than 1 crore, state consumer court. More than 1 crore, if the price of the damaged product and your expected compensation is more than 1 crore from the seller, you can file a complaint, and you have to file complaint in national consumer court, right? National consumer courts established by the central government, and national consumer court panel consists of 5 members, and here you can file a complaint, you can send notice, and you can seek redressal or repair or compensation or full price of the product, and you can put an end to the illegal business activities. And here also you can go for appeal, right? After the judgment given by national consumer court, if you are not satisfied about the national consumer court's judgment, you can go appeal to the Supreme Court. So there are 3 consumer courts: district consumer court, state consumer court, and national consumer court. to protect the interest of consumers and to give importance and protection to their rights and to stabilize consumers and totally to avoid exploitation and unethical marketing practices. Dear students, this topic is very important to all of us because we all are consumers. If we get any damaged or less quality product, if really warranty or guarantee has taken for that product, on such cases, right, with the proof, without proof we cannot file a complaint, with the proof to the legal products, if your product is really legal, if you are taken warranty or a guarantee card during the purchase of the product or at the time of purchase, so with guarantee and warranty card and along with the bill, these two are very important to file a complaint in district consumer court or state consumer court or national consumer court. If the value of the product less than 20 lakh, you can file a complaint in district consumer court. If the value of the product and expected compensation more than 20 lakh and less than 1 crore, state consumer court. And if the value of the product is more than 1 crore, you can file a complaint in national consumer court. So this is about consumerism. At the end, let us come to know the meaning of consumer. Who is called consumer? The end user. The end user or a person who consumes product for the satisfaction, or person who purchases product for the final consumption called consumer. If a person purchases product for sale or resale, he will not be considered as a consumer. One who purchases product for the consumption, I mean final consumption for the usage, that person will be recognized and called as consumer. Thank you students. Thanks for watching. Do share, subscribe and comment.